Don't let failure stop you. Let it grow you. I will repeat that one more time. Do not let failure stop you. Let it grow you.
You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
One last thing before we get into today's episode. A lot of people ask how they can support the podcast. Well, I have a couple easy ways. The first way is just listen and subscribe. And another thing you can do is go follow the Roughnecks podcast on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube as well. If you get something out of today's show, then do me a favor, share it with a friend. If you really want to go above and beyond to support the podcast, then head over to roughneckspodcast.com and get you some of that merch. I appreciate all of the support, but let's get into today's episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks podcast. This is episode 108 in Fast Friday, number 12. Few quick announcements. We haven't done a Fast Friday, I feel like, for a while now, because I'm a little behind on episodes, but I'm getting back on track. Sorry for the late Wednesday episode, but at least you guys got an episode out. Hope you guys go listen to that episode with Dante Fair. Episode 107. He is the one who's made all the music for this podcast and definitely helped out a lot for this podcast. Really appreciate Dante and everything he's done, and been one of my best friends for a long time now. But couple announcements going into this episode. We have some merch announcements. First off, we have released the dad shirt, first ever kind of different shirt that we've normally done. Normally every shirt's kind of, the Roughnecks theme, Roughnecks logo on it. This shirt, it has a bowl on the sleeve, I believe. And then on the front, it says the man, the myth, the legend, with dad in the middle of it. Which it almost is it's probably too late to order. Like, you won't get it in time if you order it for Father's Day, if you want it on Father's Day. But if you order it and, you can still order it for your dad. You might not have it for Father's Day. So if you guys want to, go over to roughneckspodcast.com. Check it out. It's a new color too than what I'm typically used to doing. Usually all my stuff, you guys know, is like black, red, gray, maybe a little white, but my color scheme's pretty simple, which people sometimes hate, but I wear pretty much black shirts, black shorts, jeans, whatever. Like, I wear dark colors a lot. But those shirts are out. Another shirt that is out is the Hold My Beer shirt. Those actually come in the black option and the heather gray. You guys, this is probably my favorite shirt that I've ever released. It's one of my favorites. I've been told it will be my best seller. It is not yet, but I think it has a lot of potential. If you guys don't know what that shirt is, go over to roughneckspodcast.com and check it out. It's an awesome shirt, and it stems from the Hold My Beer episodes, which if you go back, if you're new to the podcast or whatever, or you haven't heard one of the Hold My Beer episodes, there's only been 3 of them so far. But if you go back to 106 or 96 or 86, you will hear what Hold My Beer is. They're fun drinking episodes. Oh, I'm tired. Sorry. Fun drinking episodes that can, take a lot of different directions. But go check out those. But the shirt for that is finally out. And lastly, the flag, the Roughnecks flag. I used to do flags back a while ago. I actually think I still have a couple of those, to be honest. But I used to have flags, and I didn't come back to it. But I finally released one. Tuesday was Flag Day. I released it on Tuesday, but I didn't actually post it till like Thursday. But yeah, so if you guys want a Roughnecks flag, head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab yourself one of those. But also Father's Day is this weekend, guys. Don't forget about that. Don't forget about your father. If you don't have a father, find someone. Everybody had a male figure in their life that they looked up to. Go find and pay your respect to your father or your male figure in your life. Definitely do that. And then if you want to wait till Sunday to buy some merch, go over to roughneckspodcast.com and use the promo code DAD for $5 off your order. Today's episode is I've been thinking a lot about what failure means. And like, I feel like a lot, like, I don't know if you guys have gone through this, but like, there's been times where you start to go through life and you wonder if you are a failure, if you're messing up too much, if, you're not doing things right at all. But, when I started thinking about failure, I found this, I was like kind of looking into it, like, what is failure? Like listening to people talk about failure, but, you know, most people don't reach their dream, not because of failure. Most people don't reach their dreams because they give up. It's not the failure that stops us. Even though most people stop and give up after the first failure, or even at the first sign of failure, those who succeed in life don't stop after their first failure. They don't stop after 10 or 100 or 1,000 failures. They keep pushing. They understand the goal that they have set for themselves and tell themselves that they will do whatever it takes to achieve it. That goes hand in hand with the slogan of this podcast that we've talked about a lot, which is grab the bull by the horns. And, for those of you who may be newer to the podcast and like maybe you've heard it, but don't actually know what, the whole meaning behind grab the bull by the horns. Grab the bull by the horns is kind of like the bull is life and we are the bull rider. And like when you think of a bull rider, when they get up there, they get their asses kicked. Life is going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. But you can't let that bull of life walk all over you. Like you can't just lay there. You have two options when you get knocked down. You can give up or you can get up. You have to grab the bull by the horns. You have to get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. And only you can take control of your life. Nobody else can do it do it for you. But like these failures that you go through, you have to learn from them. Too many people fear failure, but in reality, you will learn more from your failures than you ever will your successes. When you have a failure, you have to tell yourself that this failure is a lesson. You will learn faster, work harder, and work smarter. You can't give up until your dream is a reality. We all have our dreams, but most people give up on them. The people that turn their dreams into a reality didn't give up after one failure. That's the difference between success and failure. Giving up, quitting. Nothing good comes out of quitting besides knowing you didn't finish. We finish everything. If you start something, do it to the best of your ability. Not for for other people, but for yourself. We can't be afraid of failing something when we start it. Failing makes us stronger. It makes us hungrier, but it makes people give up. It makes people feel worthless. No one enjoys failure. No one likes to fail. But we can't ever let anything stop us. Next time you encounter failure, just remember saying, grab the bull by the horns. Just remember that saying. Remember the meaning behind it. Get yourself one of those wristbands that I have. It helps you. I'll send them to you guys for free. But remember that we are in control of your life. Not failure. We control our life. The failure doesn't define you. It's always you versus you. Think about when we were kids. We were trying to learn how to ride a bike. Did you guys give up when you learned? Did you give up on learning how to ride a bike the first time you fell? No, we got our ass back up and tried again. We get older and all those failures and setbacks discourage us. We get soft. We get weak. Remember what you used to do when next time you have a failure, next time you feel like giving up. Remember you learning to ride a bike as a kid. You have to get up and push forward. Don't come up with excuses and say, this just isn't for me. It's too hard. It's not the right time. There is no perfect time. The time is now. Don't be soft. Don't be lazy. Get up and grab the bull by the horns and remember why you started. Why are you doing what you were doing? Learn from the failures you encounter and make sure it never happens again. Make sure that you grow from each and every failure that you go through. Failure is not the end of the story. It is the start of a comeback story. We love comeback stories, so make your failure one. If your failure was the end of the story, then there would be no greats such as like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Thomas Edison, Einstein. If they stopped after the first failure, things would be a hell of a lot different today. Failure is nothing but a lesson to somebody who is a winner. It is nothing but motivation to a win today. It is fuel to the fire. It's fuel to your why. Don't let failure stop you. Let it grow you. I will repeat that one more time. Do not let failure stop you. Let it grow you. Failure is not the end. It is the start. And it is the start of your comeback story. The start of what could be greatness. The only way it can actually be a failure is if you just up and quit. Otherwise, it's a lesson. If you keep going, then it's only a hurdle and one that you will eventually overcome. Never quit because remember, nothing good comes out of quitting. Keep fucking going. There is a light at the end of that tunnel. Failure does not exist in the mind of champions. It pushes them to higher levels. So are you a champion or are you a quitter? Learn the lessons, apply the lessons, come out stronger than before, and keep going. Some people literally will fear failure so damn much. They'll fear it so much that they never even start. Think of all the ideas that are lost because of the people that never even started. That's why the richest place on the planet is the graveyard. Think about that. I told that to someone one time, and they said that doesn't make sense. And I said, think about all the ideas that people took to their grave, that great ideas that they didn't think were worth it, or that they started and they failed a little bit and didn't get to where they needed to get. Think of all the greatness lost. Do you really think Thomas Edison failed? He had 10,000 ways. No, he didn't fail. He had 10,000 ways that didn't work. But all it takes is that one to work because he learned 10,000 lessons of what doesn't work. Einstein said once that failure is just success in progress. I've used this in multiple episodes now. You need failure in your life. Don't search for it, but when it happens, just know you have no other choice but to learn for it. You don't fucking quit. Because if you quit, then it is a failure. Otherwise, it's just a hurdle. And I don't know about you, but I'd rather go through hurdles than failures. I hope you guys liked that little Motivation Friday, essentially. That's all I got for today. You guys have a great weekend. Don't forget to go over to roughneckspodcast.com, get you some of that merch. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Make sure you tell your dad Happy Father's Day this weekend. Spend some time with the family. Have a great weekend, guys. Be safe out there. Be careful. And don't forget promo code DAD. $5 off. Until Monday. You guys know the deal. Life is hard and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let the bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out. Thank you all for tuning in to this week's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then be sure to subscribe, rate, and review, and share it with a friend if you got some value from it. Head over to social media and follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Don't forget to get you some of that merch by heading over to roughneckspodcast.com and subscribe to the newsletter while you're there. See y'all next week. Roughnecks, out.